Greetings, brethren, and welcome back to the How to Get Better at Chess series, where I, the Chess Crusader, will help you get better at chess. How are we going to do this? Well, today I'm going to show you how to be good at chess without knowing any openings. That's one of the struggles when you're getting into chess, it's knowing openings. There's a lot of pressure to understand openings, maybe develop some, study a little bit. I'll show you how to be good at chess without knowing any openings and just showing you how to make good moves, how to realize what are good moves. Let's get right into it. We're going to play Coach David here, 1200 rated player. See, if you can beat a 1200 rated player, you'll be good to go at chess, right? Let's play and review some key points from this game when we're done. Absolutely, Coach David. We will do that. He'll give us some little tips and advice from down here to help guide the lessons here, to supplement my own coaching. So something good to do in chess is you want to attack for the center, usually with these two pawns. So this is an opening. This is an e4 opening, but you don't have to worry about it because this is just a good move. Something you want to do anyways is take the center with your pawns. Okay, it looks like we're playing a Karo-Kan, a flexible positional choice. Gotham Chess enjoys this. But you don't have to play into the Karo-Kan because what are you doing here? Well, we wanted to put two pawns in the center, and our opponent is letting us do that. So let's just put two pawns into the center. See, we're playing theory by just playing good moves. That's why it's theory, because they're good moves. Okay, so he's going to bring out this pawn to attack our center. That's totally fine. We could take here, which he could take back. Something we want to do, though, something that's good, is we want to develop our pieces, right? We want to develop our knights, and we want to develop our bishops somewhere. This pawn is under attack, so let's develop this knight just to defend it. Keep everything nice into position. Okay, he's going to take back. Only move here is, the whole point is we're going to take back with this knight. Now we have some center control. And, well, the knight's a little loose. You'd like to put a pawn here or something to support him. But, yeah, anyway, we have our pawn in the center. These two queens are staring at this pawn. We don't have to worry about that. He brings out his knight. Something good that we can do here is he's threatening this, right? But if we take back, it's a check, and he has to take with one of these two pieces, doubling his pawns. Doubling pawns is a good idea in general. So we will do that right here. Don't even have to think about it. Double the pawns here. There we go. Now his king is actually pretty open in the center here. Something you might jump to right away is try to check him, but then he gets to develop this bishop for free. So we don't want to do that. We want to just keep on developing our pieces. So what we'll do, we want to get our knights. Knights before bishop usually, so we'll bring our knight out. Somebody's been studying their openings. Keep it up. No, we haven't. This is not opening whatsoever. We're just playing good moves. We're learning how to play good moves in the game of chess. So yeah, he plays this move here. That's not what I would do. I would try to get out some of his pieces. That's probably a mistake in the game review there. So what are we going to want to do? Well, just bring out some pieces. We want to bring out this bishop. We want to bring out this bishop somewhere. This bishop doesn't have any great squares to go to right away. Can't put him there. If you put him here, this is okay because the knight defends this pawn. Got to remember what's defending that pawn. But we kind of want to have some better scope. So we'll just bring out this bishop right here because can't bring him there. Here we're blocking some stuff. Okay, check. I like how you're developing your pieces. See, we pick good squares to put our pieces in. We're good to go. He brings out his bishop here. It's not the best move at all because we can just block. He gets his bishop out, but now he's got to move it. We get a tempo, and we just get a better position. Great, you're not only out of check, but my bishop is getting kicked as well. Yeah, so now we don't have to worry about the queen looking at this pawn anymore because it's actually supported. Yeah, so that's good. We can bring out our pawn once again. Our bishop here. Because now this is protected a couple times, so we don't have to worry about it. Coach David here says, great, you're not only out of check, but my bishop is getting kicked as well. Okay, sorry, he said that. You have a chance to trade pieces of equal value, which would be this piece and this piece. Should we do it? You don't really need to. You don't need to trade just right away. My bishop is not great here. I might want to try and defend it. I would like to not. I don't want to trade this, really. Just because trading pieces too early in a chess game is bad. Because it just leads to really simplified positions. It's like something you'd expect in a game of Blitz. If it's 3 minutes, sure, go for it. But you want to try to make an advantage over your opponent somehow. So I'll just bring this pawn forward here to defend this bishop. The bishop's on a good line. Okay, so he's going to take. That's fine. We do have double pawns here. You don't really want to do that normally, but I didn't want to give up that bishop so easy. And now something we can do is we can push this pawn forward to try and attack this king over here. Pawn can be like, yeah, if we push this pawn here, sorry, we'll take 2 squares, 1 square, and then here, just try to work him up the whole way, supported by the rook, to attack the king. This is attacking chess now. We want to get to this king no matter what. His pieces are still back here. They're not defending him so well. So something we could try to do is we could try to put, like, let's say the queen on this line, this bishop on this line, and then we can attack the king up here. So that's our game plan now. And then we'll want to castle our king this way. Maybe in hindsight, it wasn't best to, like, let him double up our pawns like this, but that's all right. We're not losing or anything. It's totally fine, totally equal and stuff right now. So right now, I can develop this. I can develop this. Sorry, queen here. Maybe I will develop my queen like this just in case I want to castle. That's not bad. Okay, so he's going to bring, his rook here to check. We'll just bring our bishop here. That's totally fine. You got a blocking's one way to deal with it. Okay. You have an opportunity here. Can you find it? Well, he brings out this bishop to attack this queen because this queen is defending, this bishop here, but he doesn't realize that I can just take this bishop and nothing happens. He just hung his bishop, so, we'll take it. You got my bishop, good job. Okay, now you got to be a little careful here. What's the point of this move? Well, he's lining up his rook and his queen to kind of come down the middle here to try and take that. And that would actually be checkmate. So we have to be a little careful here. So how can we defend it? Well, we can bring back this queen to this square. That would be just fine. The knight can't go anywhere to defend it, I don't think. Not that I can see. So, yeah, pretty much we want to put the queen here or here. I'll put the queen here just so that later we can put the bishop here and do our attack from before. Not so easy now because, like, if I castle, then he can just take my bishop with his queen. Then if I take back, then he'll just get his rook in there, so that's not good. So my king is trapped in the middle. This is something you don't really want to let happen. I let it happen because I got his bishop, so I'm up 3 points of material. So now my game plan is, like before I was talking about this pawn, trying to get him up there. Now the game plan is just trying to get my king out of here safely. If I was able to get my knight to this square, I could defend this bishop, but I can't really do that. Do I want to castle still? Castling is still the best idea that I can do, but it doesn't quite work. What I could try is just moving my king manually, and then bringing this rook over here like this. That could work. Because right now my king will take last. Like, if he takes with the queen, takes, and then I take last, and then that's totally fine. I guess I could go here. It's a little ugly. I missed this before. I didn't see. Backwards knight moves. They're tricky to do. That's what Gotham chess says all the time. Undeveloping my knight just so that I can get a castle off. That's probably good. I think I will do that. Yeah, we'll go here. Develop this. Okay, this is a little sneaky. Your knights on the edge of the board are generally not a good idea, but this time it works. Yeah, specifically to do this, right? Backwards knight moves, right? Okay, your king deserves to be far, far away from mine. I'm not entirely sure what that means. So, the threat with this move is that if he moves this pawn, he can capture this rook, right? So, we don't have to worry about it so much right now. I'd much like to castle to get these rooks connected. Because then if he moves this forward, we can just put our knight here to both connect the rooks on the back rank, and which is defended by this. And, yeah, then we'll be good to go, I think. Yeah, so we'll just castle now, I think I said, right? Castle? I could do this first, but then he could just move back, so... Yeah, we'll just castle. Correct, getting your bishop out of that pin was a solid idea. Yeah, I totally agree. This is not a bad idea either now. Because then, now we control this pin if he ever wants to move this. Yeah, he's moving his pawns forward to try and attack my king over here. I gotta be careful of that. Not a straightforward position whatsoever. Maybe I just want to get to doing this right away. Because defended over there. Yeah, what do we want to do? Well, I think I'll do this first. Just getting my bishop on this line, which is nice and strong. Because, yeah, can't move this because I get the queen, and then the queen and the the rook are all lined up pretty nice. That's good. Okay, so now your bishop's in a better place. I agree. This rook move is very strange because what happens if I push up this pawn forward here? Well, he can take here, and then I can take back with this bishop, which forks both the rook and the queen. Because he can't take back with the queen here, because my rook is protecting it. So this is actually a bad move by my opponent. An easy way to make a good move is just to do a counting exercise like this. Be like, hey, if I go like this, what's going to happen? He either has to move his rook so it doesn't get taken, but if he moves his rook, then I can just take with my pawn here, and then my pawn's just closer, and I get a free pawn. And he'd have to move his queen somewhere else. It's a lot of danger for him. Yeah, but we're like, okay, here, counting exercise, take, and then we're losing. Sorry, we're winning material this way, right? So it's an easy way to do this. You played a good move. Now take, push, or hold the tension. Yeah, he just ran his rook back away. That's totally fine. For here, we will take. Pawn must be stopped. What to do? Okay, so now his knight is actually pinned to the queen. It's defended by the queen, but also if the knight ever moves, then we can take the queen, right? So putting some pressure on this knight would be a great idea. How can we do that? Well, we can go here to put some just immediate pressure on that knight. He could try to defend with one of his rooks, though, so it's not great. And also, if I go here, like, he has a check, which is, I don't know, that just looks really bad for me, so I wouldn't do that. Maybe now's a good time to try and get my knight into the game, because he's not doing anything. I'm up 3 points of material, but it doesn't really feel like that because my knight's not doing anything. But if I can route my knight from here to here, I put some more pressure on this knight. So that is good. It's like a double pin because he's got to move both his queen and his rook out of the way. Otherwise, I win material. So here, knight defended by the queen, so this is fine. We'll go here. That's called connecting your rooks. They're more dangerous when they see each other. Yeah, absolutely, I agree. Brings his rook over to defend this knight, which is, it's fine, I guess. But the big problem is still he can't move his knight because the queen is in the way of it. So once again, we have this move to put some threats there. Huh. Oh, no, this would have been fine. Okay. What I was thinking is if he takes here, I can't actually take back this way because then he can take my queen. But I realized my rook actually defends this square, so it's... Or if he went here, I could take his queen first. And then if they took mine, I could just... Sorry. This has been a crazy complicated game, actually, for a 1200. Okay, so takes here. Takes here. I take this queen. He takes my queen, and I probably just take this rook. And then he has to, like, either take this back and lose his knight, or get his knight out, and I get my bishop out. Crazy sequence of events here. This move immediately gets me something, because if I, let's say, I take with this bishop, he either has to, like, take with his queen, which he doesn't want to do, or take with his rook, and then I'll just take back with my knight, and then I'll be up, I'll be up 2 points of material there, or he'll just have to abandon, so, I think this is good. We'll take with the knight, just in case, because he might, okay, he does just go for it, because I'm like, I don't even think it's worth it. I think he would just run away, but, yeah, we'll do this trade. Okay, so now we're in a queen and a rook versus a queen and two rooks endgame here. So what are we going to do about that? Well, I probably want to try to get some movement over here to try and attack his king. Because my pawns are separated and that's not great. This is a very, not as much of a blowout game as I thought it was going to be. That's for sure. Yeah, my doubled pawns are not good, so I want to try to make some movement with them. If I go here, if he takes, I go here. His best move is probably to just push forward, because, yeah, we'll see what he does. Chess is a great way to wind down after a long day. Yeah, could be. Okay, so I'm going to take here. It undoubles his pawns, which is good, but his king is kind of weak, because he just moved this forward, so... oh, that actually doesn't even work for him. I thought, he wouldn't do something super stupid, but now, if he goes here, if he takes back, then I can just take with my queen. Quite silly, quite silly. That pawn deserves a medal. Sure. Okay, we got to check. And we could just like check him back and forth really forever. I don't have a way to get one of my rooks like down the line. I could threaten something here. That's probably just winning because if he puts anything there, I guess he could put his queen somewhere on this line, maybe here. But then I could just check. Yeah, this is good. Okay, so this is a threat. We threaten mate, and I don't think there's anything he can do to avoid it. There's no really instructional way to like show you how to do vision for this type of thing, but a good idea in general is just put the queen and the rook on a battery, and you'll get some good plays coming from that alone. You're on the path to winning the game. Yeah, I agree. So he puts his queen here. That is, that's totally fine. If we check him here, he has to block with his queen, but is it? I don't even know if we have to do that. Go here, he's got to block. Got to go here. Now, could it be worth it to just trade? Maybe. I don't see anything like spectacular right now, but I guess we can just go for this endgame. There might be something I'm not quite seeing, but we'll go here. Now he's got his rook. We got 2 rooks. We'll just try to get these pawns all the way over to the end. A good idea is to use this check here on the king. He's got to move it or block with the rook, which he could do, but it's not a great move. And then go behind these pawns and try to get them and then just try to promote to a queen or something like that. So we'll give a check here. We'll see what he does. Yeah, he just runs. That's totally fine. We will try to get one of these pawns back here. Something to note is that my rook blocks off this entire back file. So he can't actually go anywhere. Like his king is stuck on the back. That is a good strategy. Now his king can't go and help anywhere. Yeah, he's putting his rook out somewhere, but if I just get my rook, like let's say it was here, it would be checkmate. So we'll go here, take a pawn. Why not? He goes there. I'll go over here to threaten mate on the back there. He's got to move his king over, sure. But now, if I move my rook back down, his king can't get down in time to stop that. He just has to block with his rook. And yeah, there we go. That is checkmate on Coach David there, a 1200 rated player. A little bit more involved than I was thinking there, but yeah, it was a good game. You just talk through your moves, you figure out how to do them. One of the best ways to get better at chess is playing slow games and being able to talk about stuff. If you're playing if you're playing blitz, which is like 3-minute games, often you're just reacting. You're thinking too fast, and you don't really think about your moves. But if you do slower games, you'll get better at chess much quicker. Okay, let's do the game review here. I will switch over to the game review section here. Yeah, we got a 77 accuracy there. Apparently, we didn't play super optimally in the beginning, but we can take a look at that. Even so, losing by like 1.8 is not. That's almost 2 pawns. Maybe if they found a correct sequence of moves, who knows? But that's not game losing, right? And then we got up here and we won the game. There was some 8 and 3s and stuff that I didn't quite see. That's okay. You still pull out the game, and that is totally fine. Yeah, see, look, played like a 15-50 there. Opening accuracy, 96%. In an episode where we're talking about, hey, let's play chess without knowing how to do any openings, I did no theory there. And we got 96 in the opening, which is quite incredible. And then, yeah, our middle game, we got 75. Oh, well, that's how it goes. Still very good, though. Like, this opponent played like a 1650, so you can beat 1650s if you just play good moves, no openings. So let's start here. E4, book move. Pharaoh-Khan, that's what they call it. All these book moves, and we haven't played any theory. I haven't said, hey, this is the theory. I don't even know this theory. I just know how to make good moves. Wow, I can't believe that this is actually a book move to bring out the knight to threaten this. And this is still book moves. Okay, there we go. And this is our big change. So how many moves was this into the game? This was 6 moves into the game. 6 moves per, so like, that's move 12. Move 12. Maybe move 11. We played like 6 moves of theory, not knowing how to do any theory. And yeah, they make a mistake here. That's okay. There's some way to take advantage of this I wasn't thinking about. That is okay. What did it think? Yeah, just put my bishop there. Give him a check. Whatever. How is that +1? Doesn't matter at our level. That is for Hikaru and Magnus Carlsen to figure out. Yeah, we brought our bishop out. We like to develop. Yeah, this wasn't so good. I probably should have just taken there, but I like the bishop where it was on that line. See, we made a mistake, but it was still okay. It wasn't losing or anything. We just doubled our pawns. Right? So, yeah, this wasn't great. I was thinking about it. Could have traded. I just didn't want to do it, especially at the beginning of a game, and, well, my opponent's not super high-rated comparison to me. Well, bots tend to play at a lower level than Joshua Elo is. It says I'm 1200 there, but I was basically in control for most of this game. Anyway, yeah, we had our idea. Bring our queen here, bring our bishop here, go here. Obviously, they could stop that with this, but we just get some progress doing this. Like, we can castle. We develop our bishop naturally. Just some sort of a plan. What does the position want? Well, we want to develop. Yeah, and this move, of course, they blundered their bishop. We just took it. Then they had some ideas here. I just went back with my queen to defend. This was a move as well, but I didn't see it until the next move here, which was right here. Yeah, brought his queen over. This would have been tricky, moving this pawn, and then we have some threats on, well, not really threats, but something that might catch you in a blitz game. Yeah, he pushes his pawns forward. Yeah, this was a good move here. And we bring some pieces over. Now we just have an advantage. Yeah, he takes, lets me do this for some reason. Mate in 3. I want to see what this mate in 3 was. Check here. Oh, and just that simple. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Because just geometrically, the queen takes off these squares. Yeah, well, that would have been, at least it was a bit more instructional what I did. I just thought, hey, like I said, there's probably something better here, but just make a battery with your queen and you'll figure something out. It was still mate in 3. How was this mate in 2? Like, I guess with this, maybe? Let's see. Oh, yeah. And then just, he couldn't stop that. That's the way we ended up doing it. Yeah, I guess since this rook can't go down, there was just no way for him to stop, for his queen to stop, for his king to stop this rook from getting over there. But yeah, a good principle. Generally, that's not going to be a thing. I haven't seen that too much in games, actually. But in this game, yeah, generally good. Take out the pawns, go forward. You don't need to do that, but we just ended up doing it. And there we go. We got a checkmate against Coach David there. Well, thank you, my friends, for watching. This is a regular series that I do on this channel, how to get better at chess. Keep watching these videos. You will get good at chess. Trust me, you will. Godspeed, brethren. See you in the next one.